Hello, this is Senator Walter Stosch. I'm reporting to you again from the Capitol in Richmond and talking particularly to my constituents in Henrico and Goochland and the City of Richmond. We're almost at the middle of our session. This means that most of the bills that have been introduced have been considered by either the House or the Senate. And at the midpoint, we have something called crossover, which means that the Senate bills that were successful will move forward to the House of Delegates, and the House bills that were successful will be presented to the Senate. So it's a very deliberative process. Every bill that's introduced in the General Assembly is subject to a public hearing, and if it's approved by the committee that hears that particular proposal, it then goes to the respective House or Senate for a vote, and then if that's successful, then it, as we say, crosses over so that the other body can consider it. Yesterday we adopted the Senate version of the budget, which is very important. We were able to restore funding to some areas that are very important to many of my constituents. Particularly, we were able to restore funding for public education as well as higher education. One of the greatest challenges that we have in Virginia is how do we make sure that every young person has an equal opportunity after high school to achieve a better education. We call that our higher education, and we try to provide funding, particularly for those students who lack the financial resources to pay the ever-increasing tuition and cost of books and other expenses of attending college. So that was a good thing. We were able to make sure that more young people could attend college or trade school after high school. We also were very concerned about public safety. Our communities must be safe, so we were able to restore funding for some of our deputy sheriffs, for some of our police officers, and others who look after us every day, oftentimes unseen, but nevertheless an important part of our public safety. So it's now budget time. The budget for the Senate will be hopefully approved in the next several days by the Senate and then submitted to the House of Delegates. They will do exactly the same thing with their budget and submit it to us. They generally are different. As a procedural matter, each will reject the other, and then it goes into what's known as a conference. I'm pleased to serve as one of the Senate conferees, so I'll be working on behalf of the Senate negotiating Senate version of the budget so that by the end of the session we will have something that's balanced, that represents the least amount of tax burden to our citizens, but at the same time tries to provide for those essential services like education and public safety. So I appreciate your allowing me to share a few minutes with you from the Capitol. If you wish, please contact me at my office in the General Assembly building, or if you would prefer, use my website, which is www.walterstosch.com. On that website we have all kinds of links and information that we can share with you, and in addition I have my legislative survey. I'd like to hear from you as to your views on the many issues that are facing us. So thank you for sharing a few moments with me.